How do people communicate non-verbally? All right, that is the question for uh, stage number 77 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. Now, if you'd like to get a free copy of a listing with the abstracts of all 144 of the fractal faculties of the Tree of Life, just click the link in the description. And if you'd like to bone up on your elementary Tree of Life, just to be able to follow along to these videos, watch my video called Tree of Life, a short introduction. And that should, get you up to speed enough to be able to follow these videos. Okay, now when we're looking at number 77, now again, this is the Tree of Life, and the Tree of Life is basically a map of our consciousness. And each one of these circles or spheres here is an aspect of our consciousness or a potential of our consciousness. And that also includes the abyss and the area above the tree called the zero. So that's a total of 12 different faculties of consciousness or potentialities of consciousness that we have, have in potential, that we are able to open up as we evolve spiritually. And today we're focusing on, we're set in the fourth sphere. The fourth sphere is basically our sense of law and order. This is our corresponds to the cosmologies, media, books, and other media that purport to describe how everything works in the universe. How all of the different cycles of time flow together and in harmony with each other to form the Tao, and how all of the fundamental questions of the universe are answered. Who is God? Who are we? What are we doing here? What is our relationship with God? What is our purpose? And, what is the purpose of the universe? And so on and so forth. Some of these cosmologies are ancient. Some of them are modern. Some of them are more accurate than others. The ones that are the most accurate are the ones that need to be revised the least often. The more inaccurate your cosmology is, the more often you're going to have to revamp it to reflect the newest findings and so on. The fourth sphere also corresponds to universal law, universal love, and universal language. Today we'll be talking a little bit about universal language. Now, the tree gives you the 12 aspects or potentialities of consciousness. Now, to get from 12 to 144, what we're doing is raising it to a second power. Okay, 12 times 12 is 144. So what we're really doing here is we're taking the whole tree, all 12 aspects of the tree, and we're shrinking it down and superimposing it on each one of the spheres. So we break down the seventh sphere into 12 aspects. We break down the ninth sphere into 12 aspects. We break down the sixth sphere into 12 aspects, and so on. In this case, we're breaking down the seventh sphere to its 12 aspects, and number 77 actually corresponds to the sixth fractal of the fourth sphere. So number 6 within this fourth sphere. You may recall the number 6 corresponds to our free will faculty. And the free will faculty basically adds up to our ability to pay attention and our ability to make decisions. And that is also implies a great deal of courage, because normally when we pay attention, we're paying attention down the tree to our lower aspects. In order to kind of eventuate our spiritual growth, we have to make the decision, the second part of the free will equation, make the decision to avert our attention from this lower aspect and turn it around so that we're paying attention to the higher aspects of the tree. And so that is the challenge at the fourth sphere, because we go from kind of paying attention to our comfort zone where we're familiar with everything. We grew up with all of this. This is, something that we're comfortable with. And then turning ourselves around so that we're paying attention to what is mostly unknown, undeveloped, and unpotentialized consciousness. So that drama there that's going on at the sixth sphere is now kind of the background, or the aspect within this greater fourth sphere area. So that's kind of the stage of consciousness that we're dealing with here at number 77. And again, that's a stage, not so much a chronological stage, but more like a dramatic stage, a stage that a certain act is carried out. So number 77 is called concept communication. Stage number 77 is about making precise connections with others through nonverbal communication. Communicating through concepts. The means of communication is physical. That which is communicated is metaphysical. Feeling each other, clicking with each other, meeting of the minds, being able to complete each other's sentences with the same effect. A magical communication between the metaphysical control units. We are able to tune into a hidden communication network that is nonverbal, that is pre-verbal. Concept communication is adjacency in time. Two people standing next to each other conversing, but next to each other in 3D time, not space, on the same wavelength, as time is measured in angle or direction. So people at the same angle, the same angels, under the same stars, the same wavelength or color. To transmit the message, we must get the receiver close to our wavelength. And the accuracy is determined by the accuracy in degrees of angle. The effectiveness of the communication is determined by the accuracy or preciseness in degrees. Simple concept communication is universal, and we can all access it. But because it does not need to be terribly accurate. We do this all the time with inflection, body language, touch, etc. But to send a more complex, detailed message requires a much more precise tuning. The angles must be directly adjacent. The sender of the communication tends to be in distress or danger, and that may bring upon the articulation. And the receiver must be highly receptive and empathic to get on the right wavelength, or at least close to it. Concept communication represents the next stage in our development as a species. We once had this skill. Now we're reconnecting to it at a higher level, this time with our individual properties intact. Concept communication is an intimate language that hits home and permits no concealment. As we progress toward a social memory complex, a planet with one mind, but within that, we can still be individuals. Alrighty, that is the sixth fractal of the fourth sphere. Number 77 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life, called concept communication. And we will talk about that in more detail as we move along with this channel. But thanks for tuning in to this video, and again, click the link in the description if you'd like that list of the 144 fractal faculties in abstract form. You can also donate to me directly through Cash App and Venmo if listed in the description if you would like to support this project. And stay tuned. Number 78 will be rolling out here very shortly. And other videos too are in the offing. So pay attention to all the new videos coming up. And otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.